Hi everyone. So we had a great week this week, some lovely weight losses. So you lost a total of 25.5 pounds in total, which is fantastic. So well done, everyone. And the lovely Maria, who joined us last week. So in her first week, she lost 9 pounds, which was fantastic. So we all congratulated her, which meant that she also got a half stone of wood, which is brilliant. So well done to her. And our slimmers of the week this week were the lovely Kathy Clover in the 10 o'clock group, and in the 11 o'clock group, it was Penny Jordan. So well done to them as well. So yeah, this weekend we've got Mother's Day, of course. So hopefully you're not feeling that it's going to be a danger area for you, because hopefully you've already dropped the hints to your children to get you some flowers or just a nice card for Mother's Day, and not to inundate you with things that are going to tempt you, like chocolates or other treats that you're going to find hard to resist. But if you are going to get some of those, then plan now. Think about what you're going to do. If you want to have some, then check the sins first. And as we always say, nothing is banned. So there is always space for you to include some of those treats. But you do need to check the sins first, so that you're aware of how many sins you're having. And so that you can manage it, and just think how brilliant you're going to feel when you're that much in control. So we had a little bit of a chat about free food this week while we were looking at the progress that people were making. So free food, and in particular speed foods. Sometimes we forget about this, I think, and the importance of speed foods. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then grab your book, grab your food optimizing book, You'll Be in Love with Food, and turn to page 18, 19, 20, and 21, where you will find the lists of vegetables and fruit. And next to each of these, down there side, you'll see that there's an S symbol next to most of them, not all of them. So you do need to check it out. As you'll see from these vegetables, there's not an S symbol next to potatoes, parsnips, basically the sort of starchy vegetables. That includes sweet corn and corn kernels. They're not a speed food either. So it is worth checking it out. And it's also worth checking out the fruit, because I think that's one of the areas where you can automatically assume that all fruit is speed, and it's not. So bananas and grapes, neither of those are speed foods. Neither are mangoes. So you do need to check them, just to make sure that you're fully aware of what you're having, and why you're choosing them. So we say choose a third of speed with each meal. Now, I know for many of you, you'll say, well, I'm doing that already, Carol. And you're probably thinking about your evening meal, and not really considering breakfast and your lunchtime, and that those two are also important meals to be choosing speed foods with those meals. And the reason why we say that the more speed you use, the more weight you lose, is because speed food is naturally lower in calories and higher in energy density, which means that you get a lot for a small amount of calories, and they keep you full. And so if at each meal you put your speed on first, so when you're doing your cereals, pop the speed there in your bowl, and then add your cereals. Or if you're making up your lovely salad or pasta salad for lunch, add in all your speed food first. Then what happens is that naturally you reduce the other foods that you would have, or you're adding bulk to that food, so it's going to keep you fuller for longer, so you're not going to feel like sort of snacking later on. So it's really important to do that. If you think about it when you're looking at your meal, so let's take your evening meal. What I always say is pop your speed food on the plate first, and making sure you've got a good third of the plate filled with those speed foods, and then add your other foods to it. And you'll notice that you are naturally reducing things like your pasta, rice, potatoes that you're putting on the plate. And so it's sort of you're actually reducing the amount of calories that you're going to be eating at that meal, but you're still getting the bulk of the food that you were having before, and so you will still feel as satisfied from that meal and as full. For some of you, you may even replace, like I do sometimes, I replace um, some of my foods. So things like rice, I'll replace it with cauliflower rice, which is just, cauliflower whizzed up in the food processor, or you can actually buy packets of cauliflower rice from the supermarket. And it is just purely cauliflower or broccoli, depending on which one you get. And that's replacing the rice. So I'm actually replacing completely that carbohydrate. And so we'll be naturally reducing by quite a lot the number of calories that I'll be consuming at that meal. Last night I did myself a stir fry, and instead of using noodles, I used boodles, which are butternut squash noodles. And so again, replacing the sort of starchy food completely with those, which is going to make a difference. Of course, you wouldn't want to do that for every meal, because rice, pasta and grains, potatoes are still a free food, but it's a good way of reducing the amount that you're having, while still keeping the amount of bulk on your plate. So just to sort of give you an example, what I'd like to do now is just share my screen and show you a couple of plates where this has been incorporated. So hopefully you can see here on the screen, and what I've done for you is just popped up this slide here, and you'll see that, this plate here, it's fine. It's got all free food on there. You've got pasta and mince. It's a bolognese. And that's absolutely fine. It's free food. It's completely on plan. There's nothing at all wrong with that. But if you look at the other plate, so if you look at this plate here, then what we've got is the same pasta bolognese, but you've also got a lovely side salad there as well to go with it. And that's fine. That's adding quite a bit of speed into there. So you're going to feel much fuller by eating that. Of course, all of that salad is really, really healthy for you as well. So it's going to give you lots of nutrients, lots of vitamins and minerals. So it's going to make you feel a lot healthier. A better plate is this one here. So you can see here what's happened is that the portion of pasta in particular has been reduced, and the side salad is actually on the plate now. So you can see that it's been incorporated into the meal here. So it's naturally reduced the amount of pasta on this plate, and so that's really going to boost and your weight loss. And the thing that I was talking about earlier with replacing completely the pasta or the rice or the potatoes is seen in this plate here, where what has been used here is that the pasta's been replaced with courgette spaghetti. So that will reduce, of course, the amount of calories in that meal, and will definitely give you better results at the end of the week. So that's just some examples. As I said, all of the plates are really good on plan plates, but it's just a different way of trying to boost your weight loss if you're feeling that you're not getting the weight loss that you want, or you want to give it an extra special boost. So that's what we talked about in group this week. And what I would say to you is your challenge this week is to look at your speed foods and how you're incorporating them into your meals. The other thing to do as well is to think about when you're snacking, to reach for some of the speed foods for your snacking. So mostly that will probably be a piece of fruit. So it could be, an orange, pear, an apple, some berries. So think about that. Maybe think about replacing at least one snack a day with speed snack instead, and see how that works out for you next week as well. So yeah, so that's speed food. So let's get speed in this week, and I'm sure you'll see some great weight losses next week on the scales. So have a great week, everyone, and I look forward to seeing some great weight losses next week. Bye for now. Bye. Bye.